Hi, and welcome to Anne-Marie's Workshop. My name is Anne-Marie, and I love to make things with joy. Welcome to my hashtag Friday Sews. What's been going on around the workshop? If this is the kind of stuff you like to watch, please like, subscribe, and share, and press the notification bell so that you can find whenever I put new content up. All right, let's get going. Now, the hashtag Friday Sews was created by Jenny Wessner and is moderated by Marie DeSuze on Facebook. So if you want to go over there, if you want to join and become part of the creator group, that's where they're located. Oh, excuse me. I'm getting better. I am. Anyway, every week, creators around the internet and the world and stuff share what they've been working on that week. And it's a really great forum for fellowship, as well as accountability, as well as it's always so interesting to see what other people are making. Sometimes you get clues to different places to buy fabric, different patterns, different ways of sewing. So I really love it. There's always a forum topic, supposedly to help you get started. I like to talk all the time, but I do love the forum topic because it kind of brings me in. Okay, so this is June 23rd, and let me read you the topic. Who is your special companion when you sew? A pet, a friend, a family member, even those in a nearby crib? Think about it. Now, I don't have to think too hard. I kind of sew on a schedule as part of my day. One of the hardest parts of being retired and having time to yourself to kind of do the things that you're interested in, to create or to read or to take care of someone, be a caretaker, is it took me a long time to come up with a schedule. And by the way, today is my Jamaica-versary. Yay! I have been in Jamaica 4 years. Where did the time go? Okay, so back to about developing a schedule. The thing about being so scheduled for maybe 40 or so years of your life is that when your schedule is your own, you kind of go back to, like for me, I used to go back to how I was as a school teacher. Like I was really regimented about my schedule. And then on the holidays, I would have a new schedule. I would try and get all the fun and living stuff into my vacations and stuff like that. But then my vacations became my life. So I tend to wake up in the 6 o'clock arena. And my special friend, who I speak to all the time, is my friend Linda. Now, Linda and I have been friends for over, I think we're going on 9 years. We met through a 12-step group for people who have food issues. Y'all, I had a problem with sugar. I still have a problem with sugar. I'm always going to have a problem with sugar. So I joined a group that was following a 12-step program, which is good for any kind of addiction. And she was my sponsor. And I went through the program with her. Then I sponsored people, but Linda and I have stuck. And so I call Linda at 7:30 my time in the spring, summer, and then 6:30 my time in the fall, winter. She's in the Eastern time zone. So for her, that's 8:30, and then it goes back to 7:30. But what happens is I sew with her. We're both sewers. What is the chances that we would meet each other? We're both sewers. And so we sew and talk, we do our prayers, and we talk about what we've been eating, and we talk about our families and friends. And that's when I sew. And at 9 o'clock my time, 10 o'clock her time, is when I stop sewing. So I usually sew from an hour and a half in the spring to 2.5 hours in the fall, every day except for Sunday. And we talk about patterns and talk about something we've made. Sometimes we share, like when something's not going right, we're working on something and it didn't go right. And so she's my special friend, and she's come to visit me here. You met her. I'll try and have a picture of her somewhere around here. And we used to visit each other in America when I was there, but I didn't get a chance to go visit her before it happened that I had to come and take care of my parents. So she's my special friend, turned into one of the best friends I've had. I talk through so many things with her and get solutions just by talking them out. And she does the same with me. And we end up both loving to sew. So it's a wonderful 1.5 hour to 2.5 hour of my day. So that's my special friend who I sew with. Now, as for my makes for the week, I really kind of loved everything I sewed, but you know, I only sew for those who I love, and I only sew with joy. So of course I like everything. All right, so let me get started with this pattern right here. All right, this is pattern 3739. Good luck, y'all. It is from, let me see, 1994. Now, I had this pattern, but I had it in a 6/8, 6/8/10. That's how long ago, because let me tell you, it worked. But no, I need the 18, 20, 22 now. And so I happened to find the 12, 14, 16 on eBay. And no, where did I found it? Yeah, I think I found it on eBay. And then later, the 18, 20, and 22 came up. And I sent for it immediately, and let me tell you why. Believe it or not, even though I have tons of patterns, because I kept a lot of my stuff all these years, a simple jacket like this that can work with Ankara fabric or fabrics with large medallions, I really only had this one in my stash. So going back now and finding it so that I can work with some of my larger motifed fabrics, it was real essential. So let's see if I can get, as you can see how simple the front and the back is. It opens up for large motifs, and let me tell you why I needed it. This is a large motif. As you can see, I don't know if you all remembered, I bought this fabric at Diablo's in, not Montego Bay, in in Kingston. That's when I went on that road trip with my brother to get his driver's verification or something like that. And I ran into this store and they had some stunning fabrics, but they have some huge motifs. This is the same fabric as my duster with the goldfish on it. It washes, no fading of color, brilliant colors, huge motifs. I mean, those goldfish were 12 inches tall. So in order to match my circles, to have it curve around in the right thing, I needed a pattern that would do this work. So luckily for me, I found one. Oh, so it's a very simple pattern. The pattern has it unlined, but I felt I lined it with this blue fabric, which you'll be seeing a lot of today. I'm very sorry, but you could be seeing a lot of navy. But I lined it because I just felt like it needed a little bit more polish on the inside. And it wouldn't be too warm in Jamaica. I could wear this. I can see through it now. I can see through both fabrics together. So this is going to be a staple. I can see it being worn with white underneath, navy, pants, dress, all kinds of things. So that's one of the things I worked on this week. Not completed because I've got to line up the buttons. I got to line them up just right so they don't disturb the motif. It's a sewing puzzle. Now the next makes I worked on this week, I know you're not gonna believe it. It's solid. I know you don't think I make solid clothes, but I do. And my favorite color is navy. I just don't need to make a lot of solids because I'm living a tropical life, but I do love navy. Now, when I went to Ping's in Kingston, they had a bucket or a section of fabric that was $150 Jamaican a yard. And so I had to rustle around in there. And they had a roll of navy, this navy material that you saw in the lining that you see in this dress over here, and you're going to see in the clothes I made over here. And I just told her, I said, just give me the whole roll. Just give me the whole roll. And she looked at me like, what are you gonna do with this? And I was like, it's navy, it is lightweight, it is sheer, it launders well. It's my mother load. So I think I found the sticker. It was 18 yards, 18 yards, but it was $150. It's like what, 97 cents or a dollar something. It's once in a lifetime, y'all. Once in a lifetime. All right. So the first thing I don't have any left. I cut it up into so many different places. It was the lining for that jacket. It was the set I'm going to show you right here, and I think I have something else in it. But all 18 yards are gone, and I've sewn almost all of them, which is a miracle. So you know, I'm in love with the Segura set from Friday Pattern Company. It is meant for me. It is meant for me that V elastic waist pants. So this is the top. I chose to put 2 bows instead of 1. I'm not really comfortable with the with just the 1 bow. Too much is hanging out, y'all. Too much is hanging out. So I put 2 ties in the front. It has this elastic bottom, and it has this deep V, and it really, really reminds me of my Vogue 9253 and 1735. It really reminds me. It is the top of the dress that I put underneath my tropical fish duster, and you're gonna see how I used it. When I find a good top for me, I kind of consider it like a jumping off point for dresses, jumpsuits, and things like that. So here is the top of the Segura set, and here is the bottom. Elastic waist, side pockets. Now, I don't think these pockets are big enough to hold my phone, which is kind of how I judge things. That's the only thing keeping this from being a 10 a pair of pants. Wide leg, really cool and nice, goes so well. Now, it does give you a little midriff showing, which is good enough for me, just a little thin layer. All right, since we're in navy, I might as well finish. I am still working on this dress here. See if it'll come over. And this is the Stella dress by French Poetry. Okay. It has 11 godets, or 12, I'm not sure, I better count, that go around the base. Let me show you the paper. I did this version here of the Stella dress with these godets. Now, I love a godet. I do. I love a godet. But with this dress, you better prepare to be patient. Because for me, I also like to French seam. So in order to French seam the godets in the skirt, y'all, it's something else. But there were so many nice parts of this dress. I really recommend it. It had cuffs. This is where I made a whole like stack of self-colored buttons that I'm going to put on it. But it has a center placket. It has a sleeve, a collar stand, and a formal collar, long sleeved. it has a casing that runs around and a drawstring here. So, and it is a good mid-length dress. It is in navy. I know, don't be shocked. It's a solid color. And I absolutely love it. It took a little longer because of French seaming the godets, but that will make this dress last so much longer, the structure in it. And I've been dying to do this pattern. I finally got enough fabric because it takes quite a bit of fabric, maybe 5 or 6 yards. Alrighty, so this is French Poetry, the Stella dress. Now, last but not least, I was inspired by the channel A Perfect Jacket. Currently, she is mad for layer cake dresses, and I thought I would love to do one of those. I don't believe I'm as tall as her, but I haven't seen her, but her layer cake dresses, which is different, hers are print, different themes and different, in the same color wheel. It's really gorgeous. And she'll do a bodice. She has several bodices she uses and then layer cake the dress. But I wanted to do kind of an ombre. I am thinking about this trim or not. As you can see, my colors graduate down to the deepest pink. I don't know yet if I'm going with this trim, this beautiful applique trim. I ordered some more from Temu, and that will finish it, but I don't know. I think without it, it has a certain vibe, and with it, it has a certain vibe. And so I'm not exactly sure. Another thing I'm not exactly sure about is this is on the Segura set, this would be filled with elastic. So I'm not sure. I left an opening. I don't know if I'm going to put the elastic in it or not, because it's kind of style patterns. It can be whatever I'd like. Now, what I did learn from that other channel is if I wanted to make a layer dress, I did not have to gather, because sometimes a gathering on an apple-shaped person makes you kind of look a little frumpy. But if I pleated the difference in the fabric, if I pleated it, it gave it a whole different vibe. So, thank you, Perfect Jacket. Thank you for that. So, this is the last thing. I don't know, I guess in my makes at the end of the month or the beginning of next month, I'll show you what I've decided. I'll decide if I'm going to keep the applique trim, and I'll decide whether or not I'm putting elastic in the waist. We'll see. All right, guys, that's it for this Friday. Only thing I have that I want to work on a little later is one of my lounge sets. Y'all, I've gotten rid of all my pajamas. I just live in my lounge sets and rompers. That's all I wear. I can't be bothered with any other pajama. So it leaves it open for me to make some more. I hope you're having a wonderful week. I hope your family's doing well and you're enjoying your summer. First day of summer was this week. All right. Have a great week. Keep sewing with joy, and we will see you next week. All right. Take care.